I had always trusted my marriage to Laura. We had been together for over a decade, shared a home, raised a child, and built what seemed like a perfect life. But over the past months, subtle signs began to unsettle me. Late nights, secretive phone calls, evasive explanations about her whereabouts. I tried to dismiss it as stress or work, but a quiet voice in my gut warned me that something was wrong. One evening, that warning proved horrifyingly accurate. I came home early and discovered Laura with another man, her lover. Shock, disbelief, and rage crashed over me all at once. I stood frozen, watching the woman I had trusted betray me in the most intimate way possible. For a moment I couldn't move, couldn't speak, but then a cold, precise clarity took over. This was the moment for action, for consequences, for revenge. I didn't confront them immediately. Instead, I began documenting everything. I recorded the encounter on my phone, collected messages, emails, and photos, creating a complete record of their affair. Every detail mattered: the duration, frequency, and the deliberate deception. I knew that if I wanted justice, I needed undeniable evidence, and I had to act strategically. Then I turned my attention to their social and familial connections. I contacted the lover's family, showing them the evidence of his betrayal. The shock and panic on their faces were immediate. He hadn't anticipated accountability, especially not in such a personal and public way. Laura tried to justify herself, to explain, to plead, but the evidence was overwhelming. Her excuses fell flat, and her betrayal was fully exposed. After exposing the affair partner, I filed for divorce. Custody arrangements for our child were prioritized to maintain stability and emotional security. Financial settlements reflected not just the legal standard, but also the emotional damage caused by her betrayal. Laura had gambled with trust, family, and morality, and she lost completely. But legal action alone wasn't enough. I executed the ultimate step of revenge. I ghosted Laura entirely. I moved out with our child, stopped answering calls, messages, and emails, and removed her influence entirely from my life. She had no opportunity to manipulate, plead, or negotiate. Her actions had sealed her fate. In the weeks that followed, I focused on rebuilding stability for myself and our child. Routine, emotional security, and support from friends became my priorities. Laura and her lover, meanwhile, faced the consequences of their choices. Socially, emotionally, and personally, they had lost everything. Their betrayal had cost them trust, respect, and credibility. The audacity of their actions, thinking they could pursue a secret affair without repercussions, backfired completely. Reflecting on the ordeal, I realized that true revenge is not about dramatic confrontation or public humiliation. It's about strategy, timing, and reclaiming control. By catching them in the act, documenting everything, exposing the lover to his family, filing for divorce, and ghosting Laura entirely, I ensured that the consequences were swift, undeniable, and permanent. Laura had underestimated me. She assumed her betrayal could continue without consequence, that she could manipulate the situation to suit her desires. She was wrong. Their choices reshaped our lives, and through calculated, deliberate action, I reclaimed dignity, control, and the ability to rebuild a future free from deception. In the end, this story is one of betrayal, calculated revenge, and eventual restoration. A wife and her lover thought they could act with impunity, but they didn't see the consequences coming. Evidence gathered, legal and social consequences delivered, and ultimate control reclaimed. Their audacity had cost them everything, and the lesson was clear. Betrayal has consequences, and some actions cannot be forgiven or forgotten.